students, welcome to Nagesh Karasge Orchid School. Myself Snehal Mane, teaching you maths for grade 6. In the previous class we have completed lesson number 5, understanding elementary shapes. Now today we are going to start a new lesson, that is lesson number 10, mensuration. So let us learn more about the mensuration. So our lesson name is mensuration and it is lesson number 10. In this lesson we are going to learn more about the perimeter, area, and we are going to summarize all the points that we have studied in this lesson. When we talk about some plane figures as shown here, we think of their regions and their boundaries. Yes. So these are the figures that are drawn with the help of a pencil. All these figures have some regions and their boundaries. We need some measures to compare them. We look into this now. You can see here it is a curve. So some are drawn with the help of line segment and some are simply drawn with the help of a pencil. Now you can see the figures which we have drawn earlier were, from those we have some closed figures. The figures those have the closed boundary. Are called as closed figures. Now you can see this is a curve and it is a closed, so we can tell it as a closed figure. Same way, this is also a closed figure, this is also a closed figure, and these are drawn with the help of a line segments, and these are also the closed figures. Now besides this we have also open figure, that is open from one end, any figure which is open from the one end, we tell it as open figure. Now you can see here, these are plane figures. See, every plane figure has a boundary enclosing a certain portion. Every plane figure has a boundary enclosing a certain portion. Okay. Now we are going to see more about perimeter. In perimeter we are going to study about definition of the perimeter, then perimeter of a rectangle and perimeter of regular shapes, and we are going to solve few examples and learn the formula of the perimeter of different shapes and much more. So let us start. You can see here, this is a fencing. Perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary of a closed plane figure when we go along the figure once. Okay. See, this is a boundary. You can see the red dotted line as well as the plain line here. You can see it is the fencing. It is a three-dimensional shape. It is the boundary. And what is the perimeter? Perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary. Whatever the distance the boundary consists, it is called as the perimeter. Perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary of a closed plane figure. It is the distance covered by the closed plane figure when we go along the figure. Now you can see one example we will solve here. Mr. Das wants to measure the distance along the boundary of his plot. Now he has a plot and he want to measure the perimeter of this plot. Okay, he want to measure the perimeter of this plot. Now it has some sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This plot is having 7 sides. So let us and he gave the names as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now we are going to find the distance first between A and B. It is 8 meter, then B and C 9 meter, C and D 8 meter, D and E 7 meter, E and F 4 meter, and F and G 6 meter. Total distance measured by Mr. Das around the plot A, B, C, D, E, F, G is equal to 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6. Okay. So, this is the boundary, and to find the perimeter we need to measure the distance of all the sides. So, 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 48 meter. Thus, the distance along the boundary of this plot is 48 meter. Can you find the perimeter of this shape? Yes, can you find, students? Yes, it is easy to find. To find this, we need to measure it. For example, this is 3 centimeter, this is 2 centimeter, again 3 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 2 centimeter. We need to find the addition of all the different sides of this figure, the boundary of the figure. So, we will get the perimeter of this shape. So, perimeter of any shape can be calculated. The distance is known as the perimeter of the closed figure. It is the length of the wire needed to form the figures. Okay. See, if you want to find the perimeter for this shape, you need to measure the distance of this particular side and then add all the sides, then you will get the perimeter. So, perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary forming a closed figure when you go round the figure once. When you go round the figure once, a distance is covered, that is called as boundary. The distance around the boundary of a shape is called its perimeter. The distance around the boundary of a shape is called its perimeter. Now, see, we have seen the example, so we will solve it. First, we need to find the length of each side. The length of each side of this shape plus is everywhere we have 2 centimeter. Everywhere we have 2 centimeters. So, the distance around the boundary of a shape is called its perimeter, and to find the perimeter of the shape we need to add all sides of this figure. So, 2 plus 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 2. So, how many sides? That many times we have to add it. So, how many sides do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So, we have 12 sides, and when we add it, we get the perimeter of the shape. The perimeter of the shape is 24 centimeter. It is 24 centimeter. How do we get that? When we added all sides distance, we get the perimeter of the given shape. Now, let us see one more example. Find the perimeter of the shape shown below. Can you find it? It is a different shape. So, we need to find the perimeter of this shape. So, we have to add this. Okay. 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. Can you answer it? Yes, it is 28 centimeter. So, we have the perimeter of the shape is 28 centimeter. Now, we are going to see a new concept to find the perimeter of a rectangle. Perimeter of a rectangle. See, consider a rectangle ABCD. Now, you are well familiar with the rectangle. So, we have named this rectangle as rectangle A, B, C and D. Okay. Perimeter of the rectangle ABCD. Sum of the length of its four sides. Now, to find the perimeter of this rectangle, we need to find the length of the four sides and add it. For example, we need to find the length of all the sides, that is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, as given here, AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. So, all the sides we have added, AB plus BC and AB plus BC. Now, for example, you can see here AB plus BC. If we add AB plus BC 2 times, then also it is okay, because the two opposite sides are equal. We know in rectangle the two opposite sides are equal. So, here instead of taking CD plus DA, we have again taken AB plus BC, because the opposite sides are equal. If we added once again AB plus BC, we will get the same answer. So, the formula is made in such a way that 2 times AB, we have added 2 times AB, because AB and CD the distance is same, the length is same, and for then we have added 2 into BC. BC, the length of opposite side also is same, so AD is equal to BC. So, 2 times AB we have and 2 times BC we have. So, 2 we have taken as common, and then the remaining is AB plus BC, AB plus BC. Thus, the longest side of the rectangle becomes the length, and the short side is called as breadth. So, opposite sides of the rectangle are equal, that is AB is equal to DC and DA is equal to BC. Thus, the perimeter of the rectangle can be said or formulated as 2 into length plus breadth, 2 into L plus B. We can also tell it as 2 into L plus B. So, the formula to find the perimeter of rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth, 2 into length plus breadth. As opposite sides are equal, this is terminated as length and this is terminated as breadth. So, 2 times length and 2 times breadth, we tell it as 2 into L plus B, 2 into length plus breadth. So, here we have the formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle. Whenever you see the rectangle, you can take the formula that is 2 into L plus B and place the value of the length, place the value of the breadth and then multiply by 2, you will get the answer. We will see 1 or 2 examples for finding the perimeter of rectangle. Yeah, see here. Peter is walking in a park. Peter is walking in a park which has a rectangular walking track with the length and the breadth 100 meter and 56 meter respectively. The length is 100 meter and the breadth is 56 meter respectively. Now, we have to calculate the distance covered by Peter in walking 1 round on the track. So, the park is in the shape of rectangle and we have the length 100 meter and we have the breadth 56 meter. Can we use the formula 2 into L plus B to find the perimeter of this rectangular walking track? Yes, we can use the formula to find the perimeter of this rectangular walking track. See here, length of the walking track is equal to 100 meter. First of all, while solving this type of word problems, we need to write whatever we have. Means in the question itself, they have given us the length of the walking track is 100 meter and the breadth of the walking track is 56 meter. Now, we have to find the distance covered by Peter in 1 round. He has taken 1 round of the rectangular walking track and we have to find the distance covered by him. So, perimeter of the rectangular walking track. As we know, the perimeter of rectangular walking track. So, to find the perimeter of rectangle, we have the formula 2 into L plus B. So, length we have substitute the values, that for length we have 100 meter. So, we have taken here 100 meter. For breadth we have 56 meter. So, we have taken here 56 meter. So, 100 plus 56 is 156 meter, is 156 meter. Now, 2 into 156 becomes 312 meter. Thus, we came to an conclusion that the distance covered by Peter in one round is 312 meter. In the same way, we can tell the perimeter of the rectangular walking track is 312 meter. Okay. So, whenever we have the examples like to find the perimeter of a rectangular walking track, rectangular table, so we can use the formula 2 into L plus B. Let us see the next example. This is a little different kind of example where we need to solve this word problem in two different steps. Okay. So, let us solve these steps. Let us understand the question first. Find the cost of fencing around a rectangular park of length 250 meter and breadth 175 meter at the rate of 125 per meter. See, it is a rectangular park. It is a rectangular park. We have to find the cost of fencing. You can see here this rectangular park has this type of boundary and it is called as fencing. So, that no one could enter into very easily. So, this park is needed to be fenced. So, for fencing we have to find the cost. We have to find the cost. So, to find the cost, first of all we need to find its perimeter. First of all we need to find its perimeter. You can see the length is 250 meter and the breadth is 175 meter. Okay. Now, we will find the length of this rectangular park first. See here, the length of the rectangular park is given 250 meter and the breadth of the rectangular park is given 175 meter. Okay. Now, to calculate the cost of fencing, we require its perimeter. For finding the cost of fencing, first of all we need to find its perimeter. So, perimeter of the rectangular park, we have the formula 2 into length plus breadth. So, length is 250 meter and breadth is 175 meter. Okay. 250 meter plus 175 meter is 425 meter. When 425 meter multiplied by 2, we get 850 meter. So, we got the perimeter of this rectangular park is 850 meter. Perimeter of this rectangular park is 850 meter. Okay. Now, we will find the cost of fencing. As we now got the perimeter of this park, we will find the cost of fencing for 1 meter for 850 meter. To find the cost of fencing for 850 meter, it is given in the question at the rate of 125 per meter. So, per meter fencing we require 125 rupees. For fencing of per meter we require 125 rupees. So, how many meters do we have here? 850 meters. We have 850 meters. Now, for 850 meters we need to find the cost. So, therefore, the total cost of fencing the park is equal to 125 multiplied by 850. 125 multiplied by 850. Okay. Because for fencing of 1 meter of park we require 125 rupees, and how many meters do we have in total? 850 meters. It was the perimeter of the rectangular park. So we have to multiply this. So we got the answer as 1,06,250. So therefore the total cost of fencing the park is 1,06,250 meters. So this was another type of question where we need to first find the perimeter of the given area, given park, and then we need to find the total cost of fencing. Let us solve one more example. Monica, a student of class 6, wants to paste a tape around a picture frame. Okay, Monica, a student of class 6, want to paste a tape around a picture frame. The length of the picture frame is 15 centimeter, whereas the breadth is 8 centimeter. Find the length of the tape required by her. She want to paste a tape around a picture frame, and the picture frame is in the shape of rectangle. So length of the picture frame is 15 centimeter and the breadth is 8 centimeter. So perimeter of the frame 2 into L plus B. Length is 15 and breadth is 8. 15 plus 8 is 23. So 2 multiplied by 23 is equal to 46 centimeters. So therefore Monica requires the tape of 46 centimeter. The tape of 46 centimeter. Okay. Next, perimeter of regular shapes. See here, regular closed shapes are the figures which have all the sides of equal length and all the angles of equal measure. Square and equilateral triangle are some examples of regular closed shapes. Now we have to find the perimeter of regular shapes. Now for example, regular closed shapes are the figures which have all the sides of equal length. For you can see the example of square. We have the sides of the square of all equal length, In the same way, for equilateral triangle, as we have seen in the lesson number 5, equilateral triangle is a type of a triangle which have all the three sides of a triangle of same distance, of same length. So square and equilateral triangle are some example of regular closed shapes. Perimeter of a square. Now we are going to find the perimeter of a square. We know that all the four sides of a square are equal. Yes, we know that all the four sides of a square are equal. So we can see here there are four sides to a square and all the four sides are equal. Therefore, instead of adding its sides 4 times, we can multiply the length of its side by 4. Suppose the side of the square, let us assume by A. Let us take A. So when we need to find the perimeter of a square, what we need to do? We need to do A plus A plus A plus A. So it is told that instead of adding A plus A plus A plus A 4 times, we can find that how many sides do we have here? 4, and 4 multiplied by one side, we will get the answer 4 into A, or we can write here yes also, 4 into yes. Yes denotes for side of a square, you can denote here as A also. So the perimeter is equal to 4 into A, that is 4A. Perimeter of a square is equal to 4 into length of a side, 4 into length of a side. As for square we have 4 sides and all the sides are equal. So 4 multiplied by one side of a square, that is length of a side. Therefore, formula for finding the perimeter of a square is equal to 4 into length of a side, 4 into length of a side. Now for finding the perimeter of equilateral triangle. For perimeter of an equilateral triangle, we know that all the three sides of an equilateral triangle are equal. The distance, the length of all the sides of equilateral triangle are same, are equal. Therefore, instead of adding its sides 3 times, here also we have to add a plus a plus a. Instead of adding it, let us, how many sides do we have here? 3, and we will multiply it by one side. So, the perimeter becomes 3 into a, 3 into a, that is equal to 3a. So, the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is equal to 3 into length of the side, 3 into length of the side. So, perimeter of a square is 4 into length of the side, as it is having 4 sides and all the sides are equal, and perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 3 into length of the side, as equilateral triangle is having 3 sides and all the 3 sides are equal. So, this we have studied about the perimeter of regular shapes. Now, we will solve this example. You can see here, find the perimeter of regular pentagon with each side measuring 3 centimeter. Now, see, we have a pentagon, yeah, we have a pentagon, and all the sides of this pentagon are equal, means all those the sides are measuring 3 centimeter. Regular closed figure has 5 sides, each with a length of 3 centimeters. Now, we can, instead of adding 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, because all the sides are equal, we can take, how many sides do we have? 5 sides, and length of the each side is 3. So, 5 multiplied by 3, that is 15 centimeter. If the sides are equal, then we can take directly as all the sides, 5 sides and length of the one side multiplied by length of the one side. So, the perimeter of the given perimeter of the given regular pentagon is 5 multiplied by 3 centimeter, 5 multiplied by length of the side, that is 3 centimeter, is equal to 15 centimeter, is equal to 15 centimeter. Now, we have to remember this, perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 into length plus breadth. We got this formula? Yes? As we know, we have the formula 2 into length plus breadth. Length plus breadth is equal to perimeter of rectangle by 2. Now, if we need to find the length and breadth, so the perimeter of rectangle comes to right hand side and it becomes divided by 2. Now, if we need to find the length, then perimeter of the rectangle divided by 2 minus breadth. Similarly, if we need to find the breadth, perimeter of the rectangle divided by 2 minus length. So, in this way, we see the question, understand it, what we have to find. If we have to find the length and perimeter is given and breadth is given, we have to find the length. So, we have to use this formula. In the same way, if we have to find breadth in any question, and then we have to use this formula, that is perimeter of the rectangle divided by 2 minus length. In the same way, for perimeter of a square, we have 4 into side of the square. Then if the side of the square is, we have to find, then we have to use this formula, side of the square is equal to perimeter of the square by 4. For equilateral triangle, we have the formula 3 into side of the triangle. Then if we have to find in a question side of a triangle, we have to use the formula perimeter of the equilateral triangle by 3. So, let us stop here. We will see the area in the next lesson. Till now we have seen the perimeter of rectangle, square and equilateral triangle. We have seen the different formulas. We have solved few examples. I hope you have understood the lesson. You can practice the sums given in your textbooks. Thank you, students.